Hi everyone, welcome back to Metroid Prime. Last time we got the gravity suit and got access to the Phazon mines by going through the Frogret space-powered spaceship, whatever. Now we're here and we're about to go through the most challenging gauntlet of the game. We're going to be going through a lot of challenges without ever getting a save point. And it takes quite a few players off guard. Like seriously. Every little bit of damage that you take while going through this area over here is going to accumulate real quick. Every missile that you use, it's going to cost you and bite you in the ass later. So make sure to take all energy stuff you can find and make sure not to get hit too often. Bendezium. Gosh, I hate it so much. Also, this is where you deactivate those things. Whoops. I'm pretty sure there's always a thing like this when there's turrets involved. Just need to find it. Oh gosh, shadow pirates. They're so challenging. Hello? Yeah, I was wondering if there was one right next to me. Can you get off my face, please? Gosh. I guess they don't want to freeze right now. That it? No more pirates to deal with. Also, I wonder what's over here. Force field active. Access prohibited. Even so, even if we could get rid of this force field, this door is red and we don't have a beam that can unlock that. Get all of the extra pickups you can get. Also, careful of these things. I think they can damage you if you're too close to them. Also, you want to equip the wave beam for this area. Say hello to the wave troopers. They've got a memorable design, and it's really memorable for two reasons. Besides the goofy ass helmet, they hurt a lot more, and they're only vulnerable to the color they have. So wave troopers vulnerable to the wave beam because they're purple. If they're yellow, that means they're only vulnerable to the power beam. If they're white, that means they're only vulnerable to the ice beam. And later on, we'll have a red variant that's only vulnerable to the plasma beam. They all have a lot of health. That's the thing you have to be careful of. The wave beam troopers are the most infamous because the wave beam is weak and it takes a lot of shots to defeat them. And although it stuns one permanently, so if you're only dealing with one wave trooper, it's not too bad. It's just that the power beam has the super missile, which is really effective. The ice beam can freeze them, which means you only need to fire a missile to completely destroy them. And the plasma beam hits hard enough that it doesn't matter, even if they've got a lot of health. But the wave beam, if you've got to deal with multiple wave troopers, it's really annoying. It takes so long to defeat a single one, and even with the ability to stun the enemies momentarily, it's not enough. Wow, more shadow pirates. Never think I missed so easily. Anyone else? Apparently. Oh my, that looks interesting. I like how they didn't notice me initially. They must be blind. Careful, there's a turret around here. Don't remember where though. Anyway, that creature looks interesting. You did item code EPG8642, batch 23, field designation Elite Pirate Alpha. Status tank hull reinforced with Bendezium alloy plates. So much freaking Bendezium. Gosh. Anyway, recommended battle systems for elite pirates was as follows: shoulder-mounted plasma artillery cannon, repulsion shield, wave quake projector, and energy siphon system, and retractable wrist bayonets. We're going to be going through a lot of spacebar data in this area, in case anyone's wondering. So I'm going to be talking a lot. Initial Project Helix experiments with space pirate embryos were disastrous. The phase-on infusion process degenerated brain tissue even as it augmented muscle mass. None of what we have termed elite pirates lived to maturity. The few that survived their infanthood suffered severe psychotic breakdowns as juveniles, killing anything within their zone of perception. Research team made a recent breakthrough in which parasite studies with a phase-on strain codenamed Vertigo were highly successful. Since then, we have successfully infused Vertigo phase-on with spacebar DNA with great success. The latest batch of elite pirates have reached maturity successfully and are ready for field testing and training. Oh, platform systems active. There's more enemies waiting up there. Careful. Just looking around right now. Crates are useful. Always. Where are the platforms? Well, you know, you can see that wave trooper from here. Might as well take care of him. Hi. Haha, defeated one before I even come up. Okay, the platforms are right here. Yeah, activate your defense shields. Damn it, I was hoping I could get through. Guess not. So yeah, if it's only one wave trooper, it's not so bad, because you can perma-stun them. If it's 3 at the same time, it's not so good. Oh cool, more spacebar data. And more platform systems active. But where's the turrets? I distinctly remember a turret in this area. And I'm not talking about that thing up there. Security alert, all stations. Bioform Samus Aran has made planetfall on Talon 4. The hunter is among us. All units are hereby ordered to attack Aran on sight. Terminal force is authorized. Report all sightings of Aran to Security Command at once. Yeah, now they're gonna start talking about us. Also, that's a power trooper. We're gonna identify it. Power trooper, spacebar. Well, it's the same scan data as the wave trooper, just they're weak against the power beam and super missiles, of course. It's an insta kill in normal mode, or veteran mode in this case. Great pulse beam, mighty configuration. So, attention all units, report to your battle stations. Failure to comply with this order is an act of treason. Treason is punishable by termination. So yeah, you scan this thing, and it makes the beam fire. I don't know how that works, but you can actually destroy 2 walls at the same time if you're quick enough. Aw, damn it. Wasn't quick at all this time. Yay, got 2 walls. The beam doesn't hurt you a lot, I think, but I wouldn't chance it. I'm destroying all the walls, but there's really only one more I've got to destroy. And I'm aiming at it right now. Yay, missile expansion. It looks dangerous, but you can fall down this shaft. Okay, I guess it does hurt you. I thought it would be safe. You're supposed to go with the spider ball track, I guess. Speaking of which, we've got a pretty big spider ball track puzzle right here. But get your power beam ready. Seriously. Pow. It's 1 down. 2. there a third one? No? Fine by me. Anyway, this thing. This is important for showing you what the center pillar is like right now. And you want to look at the colors to see if you can go somewhere based on that. So we want to connect the blue thing with this one right now, because it's the only one we can connect. So now it's connected. We can go through this like this. And now we're up here. Now we do the same for the red one here. Or the whole pillar, really. We rotate the whole pillar no matter what. We want the red thing to connect with the red thing on the other side. Like this. But now we need to modify the bottom as well. So now we gotta do it 3 times. It's the second time. And the last time. And eventually when we get access to the final floor, we'll be able to modify the yellow one. Did I miss the red one? Yes, I did. I do not know why the space parts have this. It makes no sense. They cannot replicate the morph ball technology Samus has, so why would they be able to do? Why would they even do this, something like this? It's completely useless, is it not? Oh, speaking of completely useless, thermal visor against these things. So yeah, the third thing is right over here, but it's our old friend Bendesium. Yep. But you know, once we are able to get rid of that Bendesium, we'll be able to go all the way up there. And there's something waiting for us up there. Also, this is like a similar setup as the area before we got to here. Come on. Whatever. Didn't really need to get rid of them. It's not like they hurt that much. Phase on Mine's level 2. That's right. We were only at level 1. Also, I like this imagery right here. If you know what this is, it's like the impact crater. So being able to see it right over there gives you an idea of where you are in the planet, you know? Kinda. It's just cool, really. That's all it is. Anyway, there are some space parts waiting for us in the ventilation system. Now they're all dead. Why would they even wait in there? Like, come on. So dumb. Haha. It's time for one of our favorite friends to make an appearance. There aren't that many of them, to be honest. But you know, it is a cool mini-boss. Very westernish, I suppose. So, say hello to the elite pirate. Phase on enhanced space pirate, incredibly strong, armored, and well armed. Elite pirates are pretend foes. Their energy weapon systems absorb beam weapon shots, but only when they've got their hand raised. The nature of the system makes them vulnerable to concussion-based weapons. That means missiles. Well-armed, the elite pirate is effective in close combat and at a distance. Their massive size can be a weakness, and their sluggish speed allows for evasion and quick attacks. And for those wondering about that thing on their back, that's their cannon. You can't get rid of it if you activate the thermal visor. And I think it's possible to try to scan their cannon if you want. The problem is that you don't usually want to deal with the cannon because besides the fact that it takes quite a few hits, by the time you're done with the cannon, you could be done with the part itself. Anyway, particularly in normal mode, they don't have that much health. pirates, if they get in melee range, they'll use their, you know, melee attacks. But normally what they're gonna use is a shockwave attack, which becomes extremely popular in Metroid Prime 3 for some reason. Don't ask me why. Also, there's some space bars waiting for us up there. What a surprise. But first, let's read a ton of encrypted data. Security Command issued a null points alert after the fall of Zebes. The alert concerns bioform Samus Aran, also known as the Hunter. Subject is a female hominid and is heavily armed and extremely dangerous. Subject uses a powered armor suit of unknown design in battle, along with a number of potent beam and concussive weapons. All combat units are instructed to terminate Aran on sight, preferably in a fashion that will allow salvage of a powered armor suit and weapons. A considerable bounty will go to the unit who delivers Aran to command. Dead or alive, it matters not. Investigations into a possible ingress point for the impact crater continue to meet with failure. The shield of strange energy that protects it is impermeable, and all attempts to tunnel past it have proven fruitless. A continued futility in this matter is made all the more significant in light of the recent lifeform readings we discovered immediately from deep within the crater. Analysis of the readings indicates that a massive creature is just sitting there, absorbing enormous amounts of phazon from the phazon core at the heart of the impact crater. This discovery makes accessing the crater doubly important. Not only will it open the door to the vast deposits of phazon within, but it will also lead us to this creature, whatever it may be. Dumb pirates. They don't even consider that this creature may be their doom. This is a phazon nutrient thing. And, oh, those are ice pirates. Ow. Ice Trooper, Space Pirate armed with Ice Beam technology. Space Pirate, with the same description, let's be honest. I'm gonna get rid of the parts right now. The music is kind of annoying when I'm trying to read and stuff. So yeah. Okay, I guess I can't blow them up. You just freeze them. This is strange. I was pretty sure the missile actually worked on the parts in the original version of Metroid Prime, but I could be remembering wrong. So I guess these are the same as the other troopers. Also, that was the last of them? Okay, good. We have a lot of reading to do. Oh, also there's a passage over here. We won't get very far if we try to use it. Bendezium. That's just gonna stop us. Security level tow will be in effect until further notice. All leaves can't. All vacation days. That's what they mean. All leaves cancel pending downgrade of alert status. Consumption of elite nutrient mixed by non-elite units is strictly prohibited. There was something else. Failure to comply was resulted in a 50 ration reduction for a decacycle. So 6 months, I guess. Sort of, kinda. Bioform Samus Aran continues to assault our holdings on Talon 4. Security has been compromised in multiple areas. Casualty rates are rising. Command has authorized a sizable bounty for the capture or termination of Aran. Report to your field officers for details. Space Art. Science team is attempting to reverse engineer Samus Aran's arsenal based off of data acquired from her assault on our forces. Progress is slow but steady. Command would dearly enjoy turning Aran's weapons against her. We believe we can implement beam weapon prototypes in 3 cycles. Aran's power suit technology remains a mystery, especially the curious morph ball function. All attempts at duplicating it have ended in disaster. 4 test subjects were horribly broken and twisted when they engaged our morph ball prototypes. Science team wisely decided to move on afterward. Yes, that's a fun scan. I want more scans like these. It's the kind of humor I appreciate from Metroid Prime. Not too raw like they do in Bethesda games, but just subtle enough that you can get it. Evaluation of plasma artillery cannons is complete. The weapons are fully functional, but a flaw has been discovered. Subpar thermal shielding gives them a high heat signature. This could make them easier to target for enemies with enhanced vision capabilities. Even so, don't bother. Like, it takes too many missiles to defeat those things, or destroy them. Bioform Semisran has cracked our systems. The hunter can access our system at will, and is able to bypass most of our security programs. Use manual locking systems when possible. Failure. Metroid aggression levels are rising. Be alert for any attempts by Metroids to escape from quarantine areas. Their energy absorption ability is not able to disrupt our force fields, but continued exposure to Phazon may change things for the worse. Facility commands request for elite pirate transfer to security forces granted. Prepare units EPG 8644 and EPG 8656 for field duty at once. Reports on hunter activity are in. Analysis indicated that the hunter is using morph ball technology to infiltrate our facilities. Recalibrate sensors to search for morph ball energy signatures. They all fail every single time. Gosh, so much reading here. It's crazy. So much reading. I think this is the last big area where I have to do something like this. Replacement of standard hatch covers continues. Steel covers would be replaced with cordite and bendesium covers in 2 decacycles. I think that's gonna stop me. Analysis continues on these cursed ruins and the Chozo temple that hovers near them. We are now completely certain that the containment field denying us access to the impact crater is linked to strange artifacts that belong in the temple. But we are no closer to finding them or deciphering the riddles that seem to cover every wall of this ruined place. Command grows increasingly anxious for a resolution to this matter, so we must redouble our efforts. X-ray squadrons will begin terrain sweeps within days. Until they begin, patrols are instructed to report any and all architectural anomalies to their commanders. Planetary stealth technology is back online. We have evaded detection by the battle cruiser Emmons. The brief lapse in planetary security caused by the crash of our frigate is over. Now we can concentrate our efforts on this hunter. Getting a little tired of talking right now. There have been numerous incidents involving spectral entities at Chozo ruined sites. Several personnel have been assaulted by these Chozo ghosts. Few have survived. Survivors speak of swift attacks from nowhere, brief sightings of the enemy, then nothing, only to be followed by another attack. Science team believes these attacks are in response to our efforts to recover Chozo relics and artifacts. Somehow, these entities are able to interact with the physical world, and it appears they wish to keep their artifacts to themselves. We will make them pay for their such arrogance, for even ghosts can be destroyed. But they always come back. Results are in from field studies on the bioform group Chozo, who we believe are extinct. We believe that Talon 4 was once a stronghold in the great Chozo Empire, brought low by the meteor strike. Planetary devastation brought an end to the Chozo, yet remnants of their society remain. We are studying these relics in an attempt to harness their power. What is of no use to us, we destroy. In time, we shall have all we need from this dead race and shall wipe this planet clean of their ugly ruins. The dead should serve the living, not hinder them. This one. Although we are still no closer to finding the artifacts of the Chozo, we have at least produced a viable hypothesis for their function. It appears that each of the artifacts corresponds to one of the statues on the temple platform, and that each one acts as a small key to a huge lock. Judging by the number of statues, we assume there must be 12 artifacts. Once we find the resting spots of all 12, we can bring them here, unite them with their statues, and open the gate system at long last. Once we do, the impact crater and whatever creature shelters will be ours for the taking. Wow, I just remembered that I think I was supposed to go in the center of the lock, where the artifacts are, in order to see the other statue's scans. Oh, whoops. Well, it doesn't matter now. Phazon. Metroids and Phazon. Security drones. Power data. We have come to another dead end. It is clear now that we will never discover the locations of the Chozo's artifacts until we can decipher the messages carved into the statues in this abominable temple. Our language databases are woefully inadequate, and our linguistic analysis can come up with little more than vague theories. The best hypothesis that we can offer is that fighting artifacts will require items spiritually linked to the chosen civilization. However, without those items, we are lost, and command grows more impatient by the day. Results must be produced soon. Force field offline, access granted. And so I thought the scan for Metroid Prime would be around here, but it may have been removed because it was breaking canon, the lore. It didn't fit with the story at all. Also, if you're low on health at this point, you're going to be in huge trouble in the upcoming area. So here come some puffers. I don't think they're any different from the previous ones, but I'll check their scan data. Yeah, they're still the same, but now you get poisoned if you go back over here. But eventually you'll be able to get rid of poison. Where are ya? Ugh. Wave troopers, of course. Always the most annoying one. Are we done? Oh, power troopers. They don't seem to have noticed me yet. Dumb. So dumb. There may be one left somewhere. Anyway. Scan. The item pickup is bothering me. Need to attract it. Okay. I think I could have done it from the other end too. This, of course, is Bendenzium. And there's another part somewhere around here. Oh, another power trooper. Now. Science team is accepting volunteers for advanced weapon training. Oh, whoops. That elite part looks a little uncomfortable right there. All available troopers report to Mine Security Command. Yes, yes, yes. Cryoplot damage. Immediate maintenance required. Think so, huh? I think you'll be fine. More reading! Not as much as the last time I had to do something like this, but come on. Our enemies will tremble before the might of our elite forces. Unauthorized Metroid feeding is strictly prohibited. How do you feed Metroids? Don't they suck in, like, electricity, elect life or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, death to the hunter, death to all who oppose us. Let's read all the yellow ones first. Test results from battle simulation Samus Aran are promising. Elite units report a 74% success ratio against Aran in testing. High Command is pleased, but expects a higher ratio by Project's end. Increased Bamboo patrols in authorized areas. Scramble all aerial units immediately. Flight pattern Sigma 4 is in effect. All these elite parts have their own number, if I recall. Yeah.
Recording to logbook.
Elite part Upsilon's propensity for Phazon has enabled our research team to infuse it far beyond our safety restrictions, and the results have been extremely encouraging. Its constant Phazon diet has increased its mass exponentially, but it has retained all mental faculties and shows dexterity with all elite weaponry, including plasma incendiary launchers and the chameleon manta issued for cloaking purposes. Elite Pirate Upsilon exhibits miraculous healing abilities. When injured, it seeks out Phazon deposits and coats itself in the substance, which instantly mends the creature's wounds. The subject, which we are codenaming Omega Pirate, based on these developments, shows potential to be a new standard for our armies. Our only concern at this point is its potential over-dependence on Phazon. So Upsilon is a pirate who was exceptional in its potential with the elite pirate upgrades through Phazon, And we're gonna be fighting at some point. Because that was foreshadowing, and it's good foreshadowing. You might not notice it initially, but it's there. Nothing to see here. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so depending on how much health you've got left in this area, you may be in trouble or you may be fine. The first time, I had like 24 health left, and I died to the upcoming mini-boss. That was fun. Phase-on processing and security systems are taxing the dynamo beyond safety tolerances. So with conversion to geothermal power is easing the drain on our systems, it is not enough. Further power use at current levels could lead to system failure. Oh, there's another one. Dynamo maintenance team is not responding to service call. Rerouting request to central command. We probably want the wave beam, but I think the power beam is also fine. We can also jump on these platforms if we want. They're safe, despite the fact that they've got this weird blue hue on them. Can't do much where we are, though. So, let's see what's down here. Oh my gosh, what's firing at us? Let's scan it. Oh gosh, it's invisible. That's right, you can't scan this drone. Don't even try. It's got nothing special. The good news is that this thing, it only damages you as much as any other drone does. So it's not that much of a challenge. But it is a surprise, you know. Yeah, once you stunned it, it's pretty much dead. The blue lights, those were its jetpack. What's the fuel emitting from them, you know? The fire emitting from them? I'm not sure. It's like hate. Anyway, the game is telling you something. You gotta go down here. And then, and only then, will you have access to the save station right over there. Wasn't I supposed to get a map station somewhere? Maybe in that... No, not in that area. Whatever. If I missed it, too bad. Gotta go through here. So we're supposed to go to these puddles of water for some reason. Don't hit the lightning, but it's not... It's kind of difficult to get hit by the lightning. Like, only the yellow poses any threat, I guess. Because it's in the way. Now we can go over here. For reference, in tool-assisted runs of Metroid Prime, you just glitch through the wall and get a power bomb before even fighting the drone. It's kind of boring. I always thought this puzzle here was randomized for every playthrough, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Thank you. Power bomb, get! I believe we start with 3, maybe 2. Metroid Prime had the right idea. Okay, 3 power bombs. Metroid Prime had the right idea with giving you a limited amount of power bombs because Metroid Prime is a combat-oriented game and power bombs are actually pretty good. Really good, in fact. So with power bombs, we can now get rid of Bendesium like this. Missile button to use the power bombs. I think I'm gonna get out of the phase-on mines and get the other power-up that we can get from this area, and then that'll be it. We can't go any further if we go through that door back there. Because, plasma beam. We need the plasma beam. And once we get the plasma beam, I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna scout out power-ups. Because we're going to be able to get pretty much all of them once we got the plasma beam. So yeah. Now we got to go through here. To get all the way back to the area over there. I'm pretty sure. Like, I could check the door, but there's a lot of power-ups we can get from going over here. Also, there's a couple of scans I missed down here. The keeping of pets has been suspended until further notice. Domestic breeds have been deemed highly susceptible to phase-on madness and are thereby thereby a hazard to personnel. All ground cats and all BAPs must be disposed of immediately. Failure to comply results in loss of pay for a cycle and reduced rations. It's weird for them to have scans about the space pirates keeping pets. Doesn't seem that they would. An entire shift of Dynamo workers have been transferred following bouts of phase-on madness. Units have reported to science team for use in laboratory studies in the new elite pirate program. Their dementia will make them adequate training adversaries for the elite team. Uh-huh. That's fun. I was sure he was gonna wake up, but I guess it's for later. That's fine. Oh, hi. Were you bothered? I guess he was. Well, we saved now, so we're not concerned at all. So yeah, you just wait for the elite pirate to do a shockwave attack and you can easily use your super missile on them. You can also wait for them to use a melee attack if that suits your fancy. But overall, they're just not dangerous. Period. I'm looking for a power-up right now. Something new, game. Why aren't you giving it to me? Those are missile pickups. God damn it. Whatever. There's the map station. Which I've never identified, really? Huh. Okay, whatever. So yeah, it shows us all the extra areas that we can visit. Also, some scans here. Yes, they are. Metroid quarantine in effect. No unauthorized personnel in holding areas. Unauthorized use of phase-on is strictly prohibited. Violation of this order will result in assignment to Metroid holding area duty for 90 cycles. No exception. Cycles must be days. Yeah. Gosh, more scans. Chosen ruins areas are off limits until further notice. Recon teams are searching for the Hunter's gunship. Science team believes it employs a sophisticated cloaking device beyond our capabilities. Aside from dumb luck, we may never discover its location. We must contain or eliminate Iran. Failure to comply with command decree is not an option. I don't think it's cloaked at all, to be honest. And it's going to be shown in a later game that it's not actually cloaked. Security breaches in multiple areas. Unauthorized usage of resources continues. Patterns suggest these resources are being stolen by the Hunter. Increased monitoring of all resource facilities immediately. Metroids are not responding to synthetic sustenance. We have reason to believe they only gain nourishment from active bioenergy sources. Yeah. I'll make it relevant. Metroid activity is accelerating in non-frigid areas. Of course. Metroids from the initial batch have matured to Hunter phase. Be advised that a Hunter Metroid has a Siphon tentacle. It can attack with it from a distance, as opposed to the close combat tactic used by younger Metroids. And right for here, you're supposed to use a power bomb. The poison doesn't hurt you that much. Wow, that did not work at all. Game. Like, the powerbomb didn't hit it at all. How come? Now I need a powerbomb drop to actually be able to use powerbombs again. Thankfully, I can safely target the puffers from here. There we go. powerbomb drop. Or powerbomb ammunition, let's say. Anything else? I guess not. So yeah, you're supposed to go over here. And you scan this thing. And somehow the puffer is crashing into the vent, destroys it, which allows us to get an energy tank. Weird, I know. Like, why did my power bomb not work? While a bunch of meager puffers crashing into the vent is enough. Oh well. Anyway, obviously boost ball to get back up through here. Oh, we can go through here now, and we wouldn't get very far. Like, I think we could go through the entire place, just it's not a good idea right now. In my opinion, of course. Alright, now we gotta climb this shaft. That's different from falling from it. Because every time we get hit, we lose spider ball potential. But it reactivates almost immediately, so it's not that dangerous. Still, we're more liable to get damaged on the way up. Anyway, need power bomb here. Now we got access to the final thingamig. We need to set up the yellow thing to reach the area over there. I think. Yeah. So the yellow one's in the proper position. Now we gotta go to this one over here. Make sure it connects to the yellow. Now we gotta bomb the one down here one more time. Yep, done. Up we go. All the way over here, yo. Oh, wow, one more power bomb. They had to make sure. And we get the grapple beam, yay. Unfortunately, the grapple beam is not something you actually choose to use whenever you want. It can only be prompted. Also, that looked like a completely new animation for the grapple beam right there. I don't remember it from the original Metroid Prime at all. Still, whatever, it's fine. Use a grapple point. Analysis indicates a valuable touch point for the grapple beam. So you just do this. And yeah, we've seen this in the first episode. We only got a small taste back then, though. Supposed to go all the way over here. Pretty sure there's no power-ups or anything like that. Just checking, just checking. If there's a power-up, well, I'll get it later. Hi. Ah. She caught me in midair. Well, it doesn't matter. Not gonna fight them. We're getting out of here. There was something that I could have scanned where I was. I would have put the crane in place if it was not in place in the first place. Okay, I think that's it for today. Next time we're going to the Magmore Caverns to get the plasma beam, and then we'll focus on getting a bunch of power-ups before going back into the Phazon Mines to finish up the last remaining area to complete, you know, in terms of progress. Because there will still be one more pickup to get after the plasma beam. Crazy, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, see y'all then. Bye-bye.